people, and welcome back to yet another Asian Cup match. This is the week 3 of the group stage, so the final week. And today's one of the many matches today is going to be Taiwan versus Australia. Now, Taiwan has already been able to secure the first place, or at least top 2 of the group. But so they will be going to the playoffs, and for Australia, this will be more or less a showdown match. So they are looking to get their first match win and get just that one aesthetically pleasing looking point on the scoreboard. But we will still be, of course, rooting for, well, whoever your favorite is, as I am personally quite excited to see Australia playing, as um, I believe all of the players they have on their team are pretty much completely unknown to me. The lineups you can see just above me as usual. Alice Keys on table 1 versus IHM 22. Then we have on table 2, on table 1, sorry, and on table 2 we have the veteran of the game, Hotly, going against the big units. Table 3, Evo 28 Stew going up against Raf Demon, Mr. 1, and number 1 up against Hawker Clown. And on table 5 we have Sir David up against Blasta 181. If you want to see a specific match, duel, or a game, do let me know in the chat, and we will take a look at that. Now, we will dive firstly into, shall we say, table 5, just because I would like to see some players playing who I believe, like usually, don't get featured all that much. So we will blast this day off with table 5. If I could write down the player's name, thank you. Unfortunately, looks to be David is offline at the moment, so okay, no worries. Let's then try and see if Raf Demon is playing, and he is. Looks to be just a brand new account to Carcassonne in general, so we'll get to see how they do it in action, and it's definitely looking like an extremely feisty start, as Raf does continue the road as per usual, but does not point it upwards and take the road, but instead points it downwards and takes the field. An extremely unorthodox move, but one which I would not usually recommend doing, or well, I would never recommend doing, as it is always quite uncertain whether this early field will be actually worth it. But we'll have to wait and see if this pays off or whether it will be a huge mistake. So far, it does have like some potential. It has 3 points on it, and it has multiple squares to build new cities too, like here and here and here. So the size of the field at the moment is not the biggest issue. The biggest issue of that field is the fact that it has no free city caps at the moment. So RAF will have to find some, and preferably fast, to make sure that this field is going to be worth it at some point. Meanwhile, it is looking like there might be a potential large ruin in the making. And Raf doing the natural moves, continuing his road, but what he is not taking into account here is this possibility here that he can be immediately restricted to the to a dagger. So what I would have preferred to see here from Raf is actually go over here and like indirectly continue the road, and also create like another green square to his field. But we are definitely seeing the inexperience of the Australian player here, as he is well, he was forced to use a valuable city cap to a city somewhere, but the fact that he also meeples the road, despite this square being super vulnerable, uh, yeah, it definitely shows that the Australian player has a lot to learn. Also, he is now without meeples, but he will get a meeple back, actually, preferably from here. And he still needs to create the cities to his field. So he is still kind of stuck with this 3-point field, maybe with a 6-point field, since Evo is uh, more or less kindly making new cities there. Okay, well, this can work. This can definitely. Oh. Well, I was about to say that this could work, but definitely, and I mean definitely, in no world should you meeple this field. It's 0 points. It's 0 points. And there is like no prosperity here. There is no future potential of a field brewing. And now you don't have any meeples to score weak points. You don't really have meeples to do anything really. And you also have very few meeples to actually score points. Oh, no, you have very few meeples to get back to your hand. We also see a field triangle being used as a monastery surround, which is of course very optimistic in Rav's case, as the whole reason why this connection was great to make um, was to not only like join these ruins together, of these city parts together, but to be able to then take over the ruin with the help of this guy over here. So you should go over here with the field triangle and anticipate the upcoming triangles or triple cities to get the connection and to overwhelm, or to, well, not to like overwhelm, but to overrun this ruin. So you would at least have the potential of having some points, um, like kind of counteracting the horrible situation that Raf has going on at the moment. So like now, as you can see, Raf has a meeple stuck, a second meeple, well, basically stuck, because these field meeples are, of course, not coming back to his hand. He has a third meeple stuck, a fourth meeple stuck on this city, a fifth meeple on the 0-point field, a sixth meeple um, down to the, well, is forced to wait for a dagger to get any progress on this road, and his final meeple is in the monastery, which is possible to get back, but which is in danger of getting blocked as well. And if this meeple gets blocked, then it is gonna be all over. Well, actually, I would like kind of already say that it is all over, but I mean, it's Carcassonne, like anything can happen. Okay, now the only move to do is here. The only move. You have to save both of these meeples. You absolutely have to save both of these meeples. Ah, well, I mean, that was the one chance that Raf was given here, but he decides that saving the meeples is not any good. And I mean, okay, well, he does get the continuation, but it does come a wee bit too late, possibly. These both of these features can still be blocked by a regular curve. So now as Raf, we should still go here, even though it does provide an opportunity for Evo to attack the huge ruin. Then Raf does need to take the risks of continuing that, because he needs this guy out at some point and this guy out at some point. Well, I mean, somehow, some way, he does get a meeple back. Unfortunately for him, he was forced to block his one meeple, which I'm telling you, if you go with this one over here, then you go with this one over here. Sorry, with the started tile over here, then the triangle over here, continue the road. Then this guy can still be like released at some point if you get a field triangle or a divider over here, and you still have a nice looking road which can then be um, taken back with a crossroad at any moment. But the priorities are a little bit different for Evo, so we are not we don't see that coming. And this game is definitely over at the moment, as Raf meeples a 5-point monastery whilst being in a 20-point deficit. And let's for the fun of it, let's do a little point check here. So plus 24 for Evo. We have an 8-point monastery for Raf. So that's plus 16 for Evo, then plus 12, plus 6, plus 3, minus 3 for Evo, plus 2, plus 10, plus 18, plus 24, and 2 extra meeples. So there is, well, it's quite safe to say that there is not much hope for Raf to win this game or to even come close. But this does this does go to show that as Australia has gathered its first a competitive Carcassonne team, then it always kind of like starts from the bottom up, and hopefully in a couple of years we will be seeing Australia a lot having a lot stronger players, maybe even the same ones, but just in like more prime shape. Hopefully, these players are enthusiasts enough that that uh, they do keep practicing. Like, well, for me, I would like to see people practice on daily basis, but at least like keep practicing, because I do want to see new countries in the more prestige competitions, and if they do well, then that's always even better. Evo, in the meanwhile, just calmly taking points after points. Raf does have the opportunity to grab a 3-point move over here. Not that it necessarily like means all that much, but it's nice to see those extra points. Evo should honestly probably even drop a farmer here, given the fact that he has like 3 meeples, and possibly there are still more quick point tiles to come, as there are. And so now when he takes quick points, he can't invest the meeple, so he will be perhaps stuck with 3 meeples in his hand until the rest of the game. Whereas if you drop a farmer here when you have 3 meeples in your hand and you have more quick point tiles to come, then you will be able to take advantage of the future quick point tiles with like in a better way. One, two, three, four, five, six. Okay, Rav. Not sure what this is, but I guess we'll see. Does he go for 4 points, or does he go for an additional meeple? I think an additional meeple would be a good choice, especially given that I doubt Rav knows the tiles remaining. So having 2 spots to invade your opponent's 15-point field would be fantastic. And especially like two spots which need different types of tiles. Instead, he just adds 1 point, and Evo gonna be taking a 6-point field over here or over here. We'll have to wait and see. Like this does have like some logic to it, because it not only gives 1 point too evil, but it also creates this spot to potentially unify the fields. But the thing is that his left field was 9 points, and now 12 actually. So this was a 4-point move. Never mind, this was totally fine. Like in terms of immediate points, but like this was still, of course, a lot better because of the fact that it was impossible for Evo to actually block um, the connection to the 15-point field. Like if Raf goes over here, drops a farmer, then Evo cannot stop the connection from here with a regular curve because he would need a city tile to it, and he can do nothing over here either if he gets the final vanilla. So it was like forced 15 points for Raf, whilst it was now 4 plus 3, so 7 points. So the difference of 8 net points is like huge. And if Raf is gonna be watching back this stream at some point, then I hope that you do take some notes, and I hope that you have learned something during this game. Actually, very funny moments here when, um, despite losing the game, he still gets uh, positive elo points. Actually, for both players, almost looks like a private server. Um, had he not been in at 0 elo, and had this not been his like very first game. So, but it does look kind of funny. Okay. I do have the wrong scores on the scoreboard. Apologies for that. Yes, thank you for noting, Raf. Unfortunately, I was apparently a bit too focused on the game, so I didn't see the 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 errors on my end. But things will get corrected right now. Okay, let's, in the hope of seeing some, I'm gonna have to say a bit more of a quality gameplay. Let's have a look at Hotly Hotly and see whether his opponent, Big Units, is up to the task of putting up some resistance. Just at the reach the end of the game, and we actually might as well take a look at the second game as well of theirs. If no objections um, appear in the stream chat. But it does seem to be more or less like a smooth sail for Hotly here, with a win of a bit over 30 points, which isn't like really a huge surprise against so many players. Hotly is gonna be a favorite to win a game against like several competitive players as well. Well, before we take a look at the second game, then let's bring all the scores up to date. So we shall see if Taiwan has taken a full sweep of the first round. Not yet, at least, for Alice. There has been development on Mr. One versus Hacker Clown. Taiwan going in a 1-0 lead on table 4. And then let's see if David has risen from the dead. Well, he has, but he has not finished the game yet. So okay, yeah, let's update this and let's check on the second game of Hotly. So, an 8-point city for Hotly and has dropped a farmer to an early 6-point field, as has big units. And okay, big units has been the player who has started the game, but I sincerely do hope that he did not follow the footsteps of that he did not follow the footsteps of Raf by placing a farmer down on the very first move of the game um, without any cities on the field. Okay, so units is attacking the city of Hotly here. Uh, there are some risks associated with this. If Hotly manages to pull their one remaining um, divider and place it here, then units might be in a world of trouble with the city, as he will be restricted to the 3 remaining daggers, and it's going to be rather easy to block this square, given that, given that there are 2 possible platforms to start the blocking attack from. However, the chances are heavily on the side of big units that he draws a quad city, triple city, or a triangle of any kind before the divider is drawn. Hotley is seemingly in a better position at the moment, even though he is down points, a few ones. Hotley is the one with the open features, with an open city and with an open road. So he is in a more beneficial position in that sense that he can um, better take advantage of the tiles. A second meeple coming down to the field from the side of Hotley as he gets to complete another 4-point city. And this is indeed dangerous stuff. This is, by the way, also why you should attack the field in a way that allows you to join the field with a field tile instead of a road field tile. Just because of this, there were already two not city camps, but two daggers gone. Uh, Specifically, two daggers with the left-hand side curve, and so now only one remains. Whereas if big unit decides to drop the curve this way, he not only gets to connect a bit more safely, as field square is significantly more difficult to block than a road field, but he will also in the like at the same time create a potential loop road for himself if he gets to continue the city at the bottom. So a double purpose move there would have been. Now it's only a single purpose as the road does not really get continued or created, and the the sole purpose of this move was to get the second meeple going to the field. Units also now attacking the ruin, the 5-point ruin at the top right, which I heavily dislike. It's not a ruin that is like really worth attacking to. It is already restricted to a dagger, and especially in a situation where units might be needing some extra help in the form of additional meeples to possibly in the future attack this field even further, or with like even more meeples. He doesn't really have the luxury to attack any ruins here. Makes an indirect defense, trying to protect the dagger square, trying to protect the one outer, which is hmm. Okay, I mean I see this move like being very logical in a sense that it does get your 8-point city um, up and going from the ground and starts a new one, but I might have even honestly preferred this immediate block on the left, though with only one single dagger remaining in the deck. It's not that big of a deal because the chances are that you are going to still find the block as hotly. And big units is, huh, saying in the chat that can I resign? I mean, I'm not exactly sure if the Asian Cup rules specifically state that you must play every game until the very end, but well, continues up with the just joking. The classic, I was just joking. But like I'm pretty sure that I mean big units knows that his situation is like super difficult. And we have a real danger in our hands as this game might be turning into a chit chat session. A chit chat session. That's a difficult word to pronounce. A chit chat session. Chit chat session. But I do like it in the sense that Big Units is starting to ask the right questions in terms of trying to improve his game for the future. These are the questions you need to ask. Maybe not, maybe like just not at the moment because we are in the middle of a competitive game, but nonetheless, this is the right question to ask. He could just let the timer run out. I mean, yeah, there is some sense to that. That of course referring um, to the possible resigning of the match. So it's like not really, I guess, allowed to go like to the settings and do like concede the game in the middle of a competitive game. But what is probably allowed, at least to some extent, um, is to simply let the timer run out. Because I mean, you can't really prevent that. I mean, I guess you could see that being like just like intentional, uh, like an intentional conceding of the game as an arbiter, but it's difficult to prove, or at least more difficult. But okay, there is some actual risk here for Hotley here if he doesn't get any city tiles because big units is actually threatening to complete this city that he has overrun, which does seem still. Honestly, I'm still gonna say that it does seem quite unlikely, given that it can be attacked with both city tiles with field and city tiles with road. But now with only one tile, come on, can he do it? Oh, Hotley gets his city tile on the final moment. That is unfortunate news for big units here. That is really unfortunate news. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's only one triple city remaining, and it is a triple city with a field. So big units does still have the possibility to maybe go here and like maybe with some additional luck find two additional city caps here, and then the triple city, and then still like finish the city. But okay, does not decide to do that. Instead, attacks the 9-point field and kind of like throws in the towel. Although I don't think that is exactly what he should have done. Also, if he's not gonna block, if he's not gonna save this square, a better move would have been to just take 3 points over here and keep the meeple in your hand for future quick points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's still one cross shot remaining that goes here. That will be able to get a meeple back into the hand of big units, and which might still possibly also allow the like another attack on this 12-point field, maybe from here. Well, he does get the connection, and I believe he is gonna do it because that is what he because that is why he attacked the 9-point field in the first place. I mean, I really don't see why he would not get the connection, especially given that he is a rather new player to Carcassonne also, based on his moves. Imagine, can I resign? Opponent says, okay. Player keeps on playing and win the game. That would be quite something. I mean, maybe it's just a secret tactic that Big Units has decided to use. Like if he faces opponents with who are like at least in general like way better than himself, maybe he's like, I'm gonna distract them with the classic "Can I resign?" and then they'll lower their guard and allow you to basically win the game. Hasn't it happened before when a player typed GG'd early but ended up winning the game? Most likely. I'm not sure if there are competitive games where it has happened, but I mean, in casual games, like for sure. Well, unfortunately for units, he does get the crossroad, but he gets it as his very final tile, so he had no chance of actually trying to attack the 12-point field again. But I kind of have to hand it to big units with the city. It was a very noble effort, even though I still believe it was very much the wrong call at the time. But he did make it um, threatful and somewhat worth it of the effort. But I do still have to stress the point that I do think it was a big mistake attacking a 5-point ruin um, in the middle of having a field fight going on. So Hotly, um, unsurprisingly, takes a 2-0 win there. And let us now see the progress on other tables. So Alice is now in 1-0 lead against IHM. Then we have Evo. Has he finished with Raf? Yes, he has. With a 2-0 win. Also unsurprisingly. Mr. One still playing. And Hawker has actually been able uh, to even to tie up the situation to 1-1, which is nice. So we shall have a look at the decider, and then David has had some progress with going into 1-0 lead. So at the moment, only on table 4 has there been some positive progression for Australia. But as this is a a showdown match for Australia, then you kind of have to be I don't know, grateful, I guess, for every point. It's always good to end on a good note. So what is going on over here? We have a very vertical setup. Still with only 4 and 2 points, with over 30 tiles played. Wow, okay, that's not something you see every day. Okay. I mean, Hawker does make a semi-save, but by the looks of it, I definitely would have preferred the direct save first and foremost. Even though there is a road monastery still remaining, it is only 1 tile more, whereas now he still did run the risk of a total block coming to the square. And what the what is this? This is very interesting stuff happening over here. So we have 3 meeples of Hawker stuck in this dead city here. Both of the dividers are still actually in the game. So a divider can go over here and free up Hawker's meeple, and also, well, it was possible to go over here and free up the meeple from the Taiwanese player, but no longer, as Hawker makes actually a really good move here and kind of like tags along this meeple of Mr. 1. So it can no longer be separated from the ruin. Also gets the attack on the huge city, which is, well, a huge attack on the huge city, which as a result is huge. Oh, okay, that hurts. That definitely hurts as Hawker there. Now there's only 1 divider remaining, and one just got an absolute wonder of a tile for himself, as he was able to complete what I think is generally a quite large city in a competitive match, in a competitive game. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, a 22-point city. Very significant. Well, Hawker does get some quick points as compensation. And I'm wondering when does Mr. 1 decide to unify these cities, because I don't think he's gonna want to allow Hawker getting the second divider and get an 8-point city going on. That's definitely not in the best interest of Mr. 1 here. I mean, Hawker could literally just go here and make sure that this square does not get restricted to a city road. Instead, he decides to take a 6-point field and wants to have some extra value out of this city cap, as he does. And for 1, I still think that this is gonna be the thing that he wants to do, because that 1 divider is still in the game. Like, even though it is sacrificing like 2 points, I think this is gonna be the thing that he should be doing. But he does again disagree with me. Oh, no. What is this? Hawker is not taking 4 points, but like he's trying to be like extra greedy here and trying to get the divider over here. But he can already use a divider elsewhere. Like, this is perfectly fine. This is gonna be 6 point move. And like this, nah. Because you are losing 4 points over here. You're losing 4 points. This is definitely a mistake here. He is trying to get some yeah, he's like trying to get some use out of a tile that he can already get some use out of. Like you can't use a tile to like two places when there are only one of them remaining. It's not the way. +9 for Mr. 1, +15, 18, 23, 29, 20, 11, 15. I mean, Hawker is down only like 4 points. Oh, what? 4 points? 7 points? I don't know, something like that. I did calculate it like just a second ago, but I already forgot. So, but anyways, he is down in points, and I would dare to say that that is as a result of not taking good use out of the city cap. Also, he gets this, but okay. So even if he would have placed like a road over here and limit this square to a city to a city field, looks like Mr. One did end up having a great tile in hand to stop the divider from happening. Also, this is not all that. What? Wait. What is this, man? Huh? What? What? Uh, one? I mean, just go here. You are ahead in points. I'm pretty sure he's ahead in points, and this is like just completely free 5 points. Like there is no meeple on this field here. There is no meeple on this field. I mean, one is doing some hallucinating stuff, unfortunately for him, which now has cost him 5 points. So apparently this play somehow paid off for Hawker. Not sure how, because it was not a good play, but it somehow played out. Okay, one is able to do a 7 point move with his final tile, and I don't believe he has anything better than that. There's a 6 point move here, a 4 point move here, a 6 point move here. Like, yeah, this is just the best. And it is also the final nail in the coffin. I'm not sure how things ended up in this situation that Hawker had 3 meeples in this very awkward situation here. But it did, and it did cause Hawker tremendously, shall I say. Even though he actually was down only like 1 meeple as a total in this scenario, that 1 meeple scored 5 points, like 5 extra points. It's not that much. And given that it was seemingly stuck here for almost the entirety of the game, that -1 meeple is gonna hurt a lot in the long run every time. But so Taiwan now takes a 3-0 lead as Mr. One wins his duel. And we shall see if Alice is able to like kind of seal the deal here with 7 tiles to come. So we have another field attack from Alice here. And how is the field actually? So there's 1 and 2-1 for blue, 2-2, 3-2, 4-2, and then there is 1, 2, and 3 like trying to come to the field by Alice, but so far it is looking promising for IHM, and we might see another decider coming along, depending on whether Alice will find the necessary tiles to connect to the field. There are no road monasteries for this guy. How about the regular curves? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No curves either. So this guy is dead. 1, 2, 3, 4. Also, this guy is dead because there are no tiles here or here, which means that IHM is actually there's a third guy over here, a third meeple on the field, so it is 4-3 in favor of IHM. And let's assume that this guy connects, so IHM will still be plus 8, 9, 10, 16, 22, 16, and then this. Okay, Alice will have to get like a city cap and this, and then he'll be then she'll be like in equal points, I believe, and then somehow still has to score more than IHM can do in 3 moves. Sounds like quite a lot of work still for Alice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There is still 1 crossroad. Are there city caps? If there are no city caps, then IHM has already won this game. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. There is 1 city cap. Okay, this is a mistake. Because there are no curves or road monasteries, so there is no need to block this square. What IHM has to do is he has to score 3 points with his final meeple, and he will win the game because a draw will be enough for IHM. Because now the only way Alice wins is like he gets a city cap on his very next turn, and then he goes over here with a crossroad and gets 2 points. So actually that means that IHM will have to get 2 points instead of 3. Alice doesn't get either of the tiles, which means that IHM will definitely be winning this game here. And we will go down to a decider, and also I have definitely miscounted tiles. There might not even be a city cap left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, no, there is no crossroad left. That's the thing. So, okay, so Alice does get the connection to the field, but it will not help any more. Still a lot of points though. 5, 6, 7, 8, 24 points on the final move. That's always nice. But unfortunately for Alice did indeed need a lot of correct tiles in a correct order even so. Okay, well, that is a game point for Australia. And let's, in the meanwhile, quickly take a look if David has been able to close the duel. He hasn't. Plasta has taken a point, so more deciders to come. Which I'm kind of intrigued. I'm kind of intrigued to actually see the decider between David and Plasta here. If you do want to see the other one, then again, do let me know in the chat. So, what do we have? We have a long road for Plasta. We have a very interesting looking field. Why is there a field attack here on to a field that doesn't have any meeples on it? That is peculiar. And also definitely something that you should not do. There is a dagger needed for David. Okay, +1 for David, plus 7, 10, 13, 15, 10, 7, 6. So +6 for David at the moment. Also, I would definitely like to see David, Plasta going like over here and meepling this city, because all of the 3 remaining triple cities with a road are still remaining, and it is a good ruin. It's already 5 points. It's gonna be here +2 for free, and then the triple city plus a +2 +3 or +4 for the triple city, and then +5 for the triangle. Like maybe if your opponent even ignores it for like too long, it can even be completed and stuff. So I mean, it's definitely a good city that you have going on here, or could have going on here, if someone were to be if someone were to be taking it in the first place. Okay, so a good move for Blasta would be, yes, indeed this, or just taking this um, ruin here still. I do actually prefer this a little bit more, just because it is like safer. Now we could be taking a road over here, or maybe even here, or then over here. But like we really have to make use out of the curves, so a loop road is nice. Okay, let's go. That is a good move. David also building a Harampas and has a competing force in the form of in the form of his opponents here, as Plasta is now only one triangle away from completing the quad triangle city. Also gets his people back. It's also worthwhile to note that there are no daggers with the left hand side curve anymore. David just used the final one. Okay, do we take like 2 points here, or do we just end our road? I um, I think I would feel better by just ending the road here, yeah, because we do now have multiple spots to attack the city from here and from here and from here, so it's not all that dangerous to give a city cap to the city. And we do, of course, get the meeple back finally. Now we should probably just pressure uh, either of the cities going either here or here. Hmm. Okay. That does take away like some city caps from David, but this is actually not that useful because David can already use city caps with field over here, and now he can use the city caps with the road over here. So he has like a great use for every type of city cap now. So if we were to limit this square, I think it should definitely be limiting it to a city plus field tile. Okay, for David, I think a big prioritization question would be to go over here or to go over here, and I would have to say that I would prefer going over here because this city was like not in danger at all. It was relatively easy to complete at any stage, whereas this potential 10 or a 12-point city is now going to be an issue for David. it's going to be an issue. Which he does address, but not with a very efficient tile. Like you are sacrificing 3 points um, because you're not using this. Um, you're not using this crossroad to score points, but you use it to limit your opponent's city instead. Uh, but it is well, to his defense, it is an effective defense, as only one road triangle is remaining, and well, Blasta does have the two remaining triple cities with the road, but they do create attacking opportunities for David later. Also, this doesn't seem to be all too useful. Or actually, is it? I mean, it does remove the option from Blasta to attack the city, though. But it also gives another city to the field of Blasta, so like the immediate value of this move is like -1 point. But uh, I mean, David's mind like must have been like um, I'm gonna try and restrict the potential attacking square to to his rather large city. But I wonder if it will bring more harm than good for David here. Um, exactly because of because as the result of expanding this 6 point field like big time. Well, but if he gets the city completed, then it'll be justified. But if not, then well, I guess we'll see. There are still how many tiles exactly? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Three city caps with a road on the left to finish the city, which is not bad. But they are actually all starting tiles. So what David should do is go actually over here and restrict his city by himself. That's what he should do. Because the only tiles other than yes, wonderful move by David here. Because the only other tiles that go here besides the starting tiles are the one remaining road triangle and the one remaining triple city with a road. So fantastic play here by David. Okay, now we yet again have a road monastery in our hand. Do we? Okay, we mibble the monastery. This is fine. This is fine. Does still give 3 tiles for Blasta to finish the city. What Blasta also has to do is start thinking about securing this field because it is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15 points, and David will certainly be attacking that field whenever there's a chance to do that. And this is exactly a tile to do that with. What? Oh no. This is this is questionable. This is questionable. Like I get that you are making a platform to to try and potentially attack the city or maybe block the city. But I mean, come on, there's a 15-point field that needs to be attacked. It's a big field. It's certainly a big field. And every tile that you are not attacking the field, it's going to be a tile that you could have possibly connected yourself to the field. But okay, now the mass attack is ongoing. So a curve, a crossroad, a monastery, a city, a field city tile, a curve. Like so many tiles can be used for David to connect to the field, and now he gets the first one. So he gets his first meeple in there, but is there potential to get the second one? If there is only one tile that goes here, it's going to be really bad because it's going to be essentially just a coin flip of which player gets it. And I actually don't know if there is. So there is one starting tile left, but I'm not sure what other tiles there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No regular curves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, no monasteries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No field triangles. No dividers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so there's actually nothing that goes here. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, well, that is unfortunately a horrible move for Plasta, and he's going to be losing a lot of points because of it. He's going to be losing at least 6 points. And what I think Plasta should have done, because he's going to be most definitely losing this game, he should have done something like this, attack the field from here and try to get the final starting tile. Or maybe if there's some other road tile to go, then he should have definitely tried and take the majority on the field once more. But unfortunately for him, he does fail to do that. For the funsies, let's try and figure out what the final remaining tile is. Okay, well, too late. It is a dagger. So, well, fortunately for Plasta, he did get the only remaining tile that was able to be placed over here. Unfortunately, as a result, he did use a a second farmer, which had no tiles to connect on the right side. I mean, it did have like back-to-back tiles to connect from the left, I guess, like this dagger over here and then a starting tile over here. But I'm having kind of difficult time considering that was Blasta's plan. However, a valiant attempt bringing this duel down to a decider. And hopefully Blasta will be able to close off the Asian Cup, at least for himself, in a good enough result. How's Alice doing? Is Taiwan going to be able to make a full sweep of this? Still ongoing. Likely not too much left, so 14 tiles. That's going to be 4-0 for Taiwan right now. And so we have had some progression for IHM, who was able to finish a rather juicy city. And what on earth is this field? Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, a 36-point city. Look at all these 4-point cities over here. I mean, that is just like a wet dream of so many players. Like, this is just absolute perfection for field game. I mean, like someone like Mate 11 would be absolutely like so rejoiced for this situation because Mate Tabak is such a good field player. But like, just look at this. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, now let's see who's actually winning the field. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 meeples from Alice on the field, whereas IHM has 1, 2, 3, and looking to get 2 more. Is that possible? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No vanillas. Um, no dividers. 1, 2, 3. There are still 2 field triangles to go here. So if IHM is going to be able to get this guy in, and this doesn't become blocked, he will also be able to get potentially this guy in. So um, in the light of that, there's going to be more field attacks, undoubtedly. IHM can actually, no, wait, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's also 1 monastery remaining, which goes here. Okay. Well, there's also a nice attacking spot to the field from here. And potentially from here. So let's figure out the remaining tiles. So we have 2 field triangles. We have a road monastery, which is actually in the hand of Alice at the moment as we speak. Then seem to having this, so that's gonna be the connection for IHM. Are actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because this is the final one. Yeah, so the connection must come from here. So I think IHM has to go over here and then hope for the field triangle, or maybe go over here and hope for a couple road tiles. But we are getting distracted here. So 2 field triangles, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There is a triple city tile with field. So that's 3. Any other triangles? 1, 2, 3, 4. There is a road triangle, so that's 4 tiles. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 crossroads. 4, 5. No, 1 crossroad. and that is the quad crossroad, unless it is discarded, but that's 5. Then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 2 regular, oh no, 1 regular curve, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1 regular curve, so that's 6. And what else? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 straight road. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 1 straight road, so that's 7. And then 1 other tile that's in the hand of Alice at the moment is maybe like a city cap of some sort. Yeah, a city cap. So there we go. Those are the remaining tiles. What it does spell is okay. So the fact is that Alice cannot actually block this square at the moment. He can block this. IHM should be definitely going over here first and foremost before it gets blocked. Like has to go here, and then and only then hope for the straight road to come to his hand to get 5 meeples to the field. So this is the move at the moment, and he does it. Okay, Alice does get a starting tile, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so still 1 straight road, and also no crossroads actually. It was a miscount. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, no crossroads. So the 1 regular straight road is I believe the only tile that IHM can use to connect, and which he must get in order to try and win this game. I don't believe there are other possibilities to even get to the field anymore. The question is he going to be able to win if he gets the field? I'm not sure. So that's +3 for Alice, +9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, +4, +1. Unfortunately, it's not enough, as even if Alice would not be getting any points anymore, then IHM would still be losing by 1 point if he gets the straight road, which is like, impossible for Alice to not get any points unless she decides not to for some reason drop a not a farmer, but if she decides not to drop a meeple anywhere meaning really just a ruin here or here. And like there is no attacking opportunities for Alice to the field anymore, so that's completely a wasted possibility to even look for. So does get the 5 points. Oh, well, he doesn't. She doesn't actually meeple anything, but should have already meepled. But now does get the 6 points, and I believe she will be winning by 7 points. which I have to say is quite tight game. I mean, 10 meeples, actually 11 meeples on a field is like definitely not something you see every game. That's a lot of farmers. Yeah, 7-point win for Alice. And with that win, she does take the 5th match point for Taiwan, and Taiwan makes a full 5-0 sweep out of the final group stage match of theirs, and they can definitely uh, pat themselves on the back for making a great group stage out of this. Commiserations to Australia for not unfortunately getting a single win in the group stage, but uh, having had seen the 3 duels that ended up being deciders, there is definitely potential in the Australian players for future team competitions. And like I said earlier, I do believe and hope that they keep practicing uh, steadily. I would like to play on this field. Ah, we have another contender on the field. I see you, Startup. I see you. And I can't really blame you. It is like I said, a really juicy looking field, and you certainly had great field prospects in the Ukrainian nationals. I'm I'm still so annoyed of your like fate in that competition that you ended up running out of time because you didn't remember to tap your clock, which is I don't know. I well, it is what it is. Unfortunately, justice is not um, happening every time in the competitions. I think Blasta's move with the city cap was to prevent David from completing the city and use his meeple because he has 3 left. Okay, so that's referring to the previous game. So unfortunately, I have again been way too busy and not looking at the chat, which is uh, kind of not what I am planning to do because this is streamed more or less without a delay. So like just so that I can communicate with the chat better. But yeah, well, my enthusiasm is seemingly a bit too much to handle for myself. So we'll try to uh, get better at that later on the day because we still have 2 matches to stream. We still have Thailand, Japan, which starts at 1300 UTC, which will be actually just in about 1.5 hours. And then Hong Kong, Vietnam at 14:30 UTC, so 1.5 hours after this. I have actually scheduled like 2 different streams for these games, because I think the Thailand Japan will not last for 1.5 hours, and also because uh, of the thumbnails, so that I kind of want to have a thumbnail for each game individually, because there are only 8 teams competing in this tournament here. So, and I want to I want the thumbnails to kind of look like uh, unilateral, unilateral, like similar, let's say, so that there are only 2 flags in each of them. So that's the reason why there will be 2 streams likely. But we'll see when Thailand Japan starts. For now, I wish you great rest of the day, and I hope you will be able to join for some more streams for today. I will see you with some more Carcassonne content very soon. Bye for now.